Now we have game one of a best of three between Incars and myself. Somebody posted that they want to see some videos of my battles, but not with me playing them, just casting them like normal, so here we are. And recently, I've been inspired to play some Chaos Dwarves. I watched people like Jackerskins play them in a new player tournament without abusing a bunch of SEMs, and it actually looked pretty fun. So here I am trying those out. We have 3 Infernal Guard Fireglaves. Their fire damage is good against Tomb Kings, arm piercing is good against Tomb Kings, and they're hybrid halberds, so if they get charged by cats, just trying to cycle charge through my back line, at least they'll hold up a little bit. 2 Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses, and then we do have 2 Chaos Dwarf Warriors, a Hobgoblin Cutthroat, and then 4 Orc Laborers. A Lamasu that does have its Silence Aura. I just kind of want to dive it on whoever the Caster Lord is and just leave it there all game and annoy them. And then we have Astragoth Iron Hand. I only brought Flamestorm with him. Mostly brought him because I wanted my Lord to be teeny tiny so that Sepulchral Stalkers or your Shop to Great Bows couldn't shoot my Flying Bull or whatever. I don't love Astragoth. I think he's a little overpriced, but I needed someone short. On the other side, for the Tomb Kings, we do have Cetra the Imperishable on his kitty cat diving through my front line. Then we have Skeleton Spears. We have 1 Sepulchral Stalker, the Chosen of the Gods of Shop to Great Bow, with another Ushop to Great Bow on the sides, 3 Nekar Horsemen, some Carrion, a Bone Giant, and a Tomb Prince on horseback with armor piercing and anti-large, which will not help him against Astragoth, who is infantry sized. So Astragoth and the Lamasu are both going to dive onto Cetra, as is the plan, so now he should be silenced for the rest of the game, if everything goes according to plan. Infernal Guard with their Fireglaves shooting up and over the front line into Nekar Horsemen or into Sepulchral Stalkers, forcing those guys back, as these ones are firing over at the Chosen of the Gods, forcing them away. We have Blunderbusses on the sides, pushing back on Nekar Horsemen who are already crazy injured, as these ones are just firing straight through onto these Nekar Horsemen as well, taking out the mobility so that nothing can threaten my guns. Other Nekar Horsemen are chasing off my Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders in the distance. I am trying to skirmish them out. I don't know if I'll be able to maintain that. My Lamasu gets netted. Not really like a physical net, but he is just stuck in these Skeleton Spears, and I give him different commands to get him out, but he doesn't do it, and then he starts an attack animation that just wanders him through the spears for a while, so that was a little frustrating. As Cetra is now free and clear to just cycle charge through all of my guns and keep disrupting them. He doesn't want to sit and fight all those halberds, but he can just keep them from firing for quite a while, which is rather annoying. Since I can't get my Lamasu out of the Skeleton Spearman, I chuck him into the Chosen the Gods. Cetra's very far away by now, so I at least want to shut down these guys. Carrion diving onto some of my Infernal Guard Fireglaves, but I do throw my second Hobgoblin Wolf Raider into melee and peel it off that way. We still have a Blunderbuss over here. We still have 2 Infernal Guard Fireglaves free and clear, and some are going to go shoot at Cetra while Cetra distracts my second Blunderbuss. Sepulchral Stalker's about dead. Chosen the Gods almost dead as Astragoth continues to chase them and keep them harassed. But my Lamasu mount, again, is having difficulties moving. You can see I give him frequent orders to leave, but he keeps getting distracted or stunned. This time he is actually going to go, but he is getting shot all the while, so he's not enjoying that whatsoever. And he gets to safety, but I am busy casting a Flamestorm over here. I don't really notice that he got to safety for once in his life, and I am giving orders to my troops to turn, so a bit of a whoopsie as I leave him on his own. He gets shot by a Bone Giant, and he is going to rout because I left him alone, so that's just my bad. Astragoth back here, meanwhile, has been getting hunted by the Tomb Prince. Tomb Prince has not achieved too much in hunting him, but he is trying to keep Astragoth honest with a Ushapti summon on top of him and who've chosen the gods surrounding him. Astragoth is thoroughly locked down. Cetra, casting any spells he can to slowly heal himself, but also for the physical resistance to stop all of these Blunderbusses from damaging him a ton. But I do have 2 Infernal Guard Fireglaves able to poke him at a distance and keep him honest. Hobgoblin Wolf Raiders, bows, and Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses coming up to poke him down as well. Just really want to finish that guy off, as we do have Nekar Horsemen in the distance coming over to say hello. Chaos Dwarves are taking the lead as my front line crushes inexorably onwards, and Cetra takes a lot of damage. Down to 600 HP, down to 500 HP, 200, 190, 170, and on the back I position some Blunderbusses, but he goes back to positive leadership. Crumbling isn't real. Crumbling is a myth. Crumbling is a lie, as Cetra survives with 150 HP. Now, I wanted to watch this because this is satisfying. These Nekar Horsemen just get fed into the absolute blender and destroyed on the charge with my Blunderbusses. Cetra does eventually fade away, and now my Blunderbusses have gotten in range, and they light up that Bone Giant as smoke is pouring off him from those volleys. I want to see the next big volley. I think there's one more. Oh, look at him. Look at him. It's just an outline of a Bone Giant in a giant cloud of smog. Nankar Horsemen are about dead. The Ushapti summon has faded away, and now Astrogoth is even starting to slap around the Tomb Prince and other Flamestormers through the Skeleton Spears, and the Chaos Dwarves stand triumphant. There's two reasons I wanted to cast this one. It wasn't the closest game, which usually I try and go for really close games, but it was Chaos Dwarves without any big SEMs, I guess, except for the Lamasu. And then Inkar's had only one cat, so it wasn't double Kitty Cat Tomb Kings. But his Tomb Prince getting shockingly low value for being in combat with a Lamasu and Astrogoth literally all game. He got horrible value. So I wanted to post this replay so I could go CA, please. I haven't seen a Tomb Prince in forever, and now I know why. Please buff this unit. This unit is terrible. Like, he did the correct thing with it. It was fighting single entity monsters and trying to defend its lord, and it just did no damage. And then also, I always like watching fire guns go burr. So, Chaos Dwarves, Tomb Kings are currently the top tier of multiplayer factions. Like, they're up in that conversation for who's the best in the entire game, and Chaos Dwarves are not. But their unique aspect of having long-distance armor-piercing fire damage, which is all very good versus Tomb Kings, and then some of that fire damage is also halberds, which is great against Tomb Kings. Chaos Dwarves could be a niche counterpick to the Tomb Kings, so it's always kind of cool to find like a D or C tier faction that can counter an A or S tier.
Roar. Subscribe, yes.